Greetings, sending warm positive vibrations to all of the early risers. So today is day 23 of 30 days of relaxation, relaxing on purpose with a focus on deep breathing. Simple deep breathing, no religion necessary, no gurus necessary. What we're exploring and sharing is what are the possibilities for deep breathing? Can intentionally calm, deep breathing make a difference in our mood, how we are feeling, how we are processing emotions, how we are processing and managing the thoughts that are driving stress? And we do know that stress, if we don't have a way to manage it and transmute it, can have a negative effect on everything from our skin, our hair growth. Our hair can actually fall out due to stress. That's very real. It can affect what's called the first brain or our gut and our gut flora, our gut bacteria. It can contribute to us being more constipated. It can contribute to muscle spasms. So there are some definite physiological responses to stress. Yet stress is a fact of life. So with this simple practice, we're exploring and doing a check-in with ourselves, with our own onboard divine innate intelligence, to see if we feel different, if our mood shifts, if we can, as I like to call it, catapult ourselves out of stinking thinking, right? So I make an effort to cultivate a circle of influence and to surround myself with things that are beautiful or calm, that direct my mind and my psyche somewhere else. Because all these different experiences that we're having, even if the experiences that are coming at us, perceived experiences, the brain is registering as experiences through these screens, right? I don't think we're really um, getting, or it's the impact of the magnitude of all that we are taking in, even while we're sitting still through these screens, is having a dramatic effect on our subconscious and can really be injecting a lot of fear, right? So if we're motivated, and it can be a motivated by fear, unchecked and not being very intentional, a lot. Basically, through food, we can actually draw a lot of things to us that we actually are trying to run away from. For example, um, you may want to allow your body and assist your body and fall into a natural, healthy weight for you. Yet, with so much fright and fear and worry, you medicate, right, and comfort yourself with food. So I call it the back door. Things wind up coming through the back door. So sitting with ourselves and listening to the part of our intelligence that is very observant and can assess the undertones, not just what's being shown to us, but it can assess intentions and energy. It requires some kind of quiet. So that being said, we're just going to use the breath. That's it. We're observing the cadence of the breath, so your own rhythm. You can use your hand on your chest to feel the rise and the fall of your chest as you breathe. These little nuances, these little practices, if you will, can help ground you in your body, ground you with some awareness, right? Because you want to be, again, very intentional and not just be drifting off with the thoughts, right? About 95% of what we're doing during the day habitually is being driven by our subconscious, which is actually really amazing, because although we're awake and we're conscious and aware and awake on one sense, a lot of our motivators are coming from the subconscious, from previous experiences and things maybe we don't even realize is in there, right? And a lot of it is motivated by the basic fears. So look up the basic fears when you're ready. With any of it, notice how you feel when you deep breathe. If there are any calming sounds that you make for yourself that just come up naturally, that help you feel relaxed. It's okay to relax. Relaxing is not lazy. Relaxing is actually a very healthy space. Isn't it interesting that sometimes we can even feel ashamed or we can be shamed from others for relaxing? So, that being said, find a comfortable position, one where you can keep your spine upright, where you're not sinking down with your posture. So, you want to make sure that your spine is up nice and tall. There's a lot of space between your shoulder and your ear, so you have maximum blood flow and oxygen to your brain, and that your pelvis is tucked under. I know after this, I'm going to go into my movement practice before I start interacting with clients. Your eyes can be closed or open. And we're just going to deep breathe. So listen to your inhale and your exhale. You can use the picture in your mind of a seashell if you listen to a seashell, if you listen to the sound of the ocean or the vision of the waves flowing out to sea and then flowing back onto the sand. So we can actually work the muscle of the mind and the pictures that are in there. That is actually a muscle. There we go. So now would be a good time. If you like, you're invited to ask a question of your own onboard divine innate intelligence that you were born with. It could be something that you're working on or working through. It could be advice, being quick to anger, um, not thinking before we're speaking, um, mindless eating, mindless consumption of television or mindless consumption of things that are freaking you out. Yet we seem to be drawn to these things. So it could also be questions that you ask yourself about which decision should I make? Should I go this way or that way? Should I take on this new project or that project? Or questions about how you should proceed with your children or your partner or your spouse. This is a great time to ask a question and allow the answers of your own onboard and divine innate intelligence to come up for you. It is also a great time to write a sentence or two or even a few words in your journal, right? So this is a simple, yet I find a practice of self-care that has a lot of leveraged value, right? I would even say something as simple as like 10 deep breaths can be very helpful for you to recalibrate and refocus on what your intention is that you set for the day. And I like to set an intention for the day. You can do this in the afternoon before your meal, um, and also in the early evening, either before or after your meal or before you go to bed, as you do a scan of how you spent this day in your life. So I want to encourage you to nourish yourself with the most beautiful, nutrient dense, water rich, electricity filled fuel um, that is available to you, the cleanest water that is available to you to nourish yourself also with those things that have nothing to do with physical food, like intentional breathing and placing your eyes on the beauty of nature. Even think of, even without purchasing anything, is it possible to beautify and organize your space, in a way that inspires you, right? So that being said, I'd love to hear how your practice of intentional relaxation is coming. Always feel free to respectfully leave your comments. And on that note, you're invited to create a great day on purpose because you said so. And bask in your natural glory, how you popped out onto this planet. See you soon.